Okay, just want to make sure that we're clear with the schedule for this week. So we're almost finished with the review worksheet, and today I have another review worksheet that you guys picked up from last week. And then tomorrow, page 1 of the test will be given, and then Thursday will be page 2 of the test. So let's finish up on page 32.
We have a house control wording or what? It's
Yeah, not even feel like how Asian anymore. But actually what it's actually
Okay.
Packet or the.
that's what we have to do. Oh, last meeting, but
Okay, well, it's in the packet itself. Yeah, so it's on page 31, 32.
what's it?
Although that is very good. Or, oh, can we finish all the way to the 11? Okay,
Yeah, I think so.
okay, well, this is what we're gonna go over today. So,
Yeah, last meeting.
oh, is that the whole thing?
The older one is.
Yeah. Yeah. So did we finish all the way through page 32? We did. We went all the way down to 10 and 11.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so let's see if we can finish 10 and 11 page, and then we're gonna do the handout that you guys picked up last Friday, which looks like this. It says 9 point. Oh wait, oh wait, yeah, you're right. This is my bad. Let me see. So it says this here. It says test review worksheet 2. That's the one. Okay. All right. So I'll make some more copies. Who does not have this handout from last Friday? Okay, so 10 and 11. Life expectancy in hours of birth and tube is normally distributed with a mean of 5,000. So we go through x minus x bar over sigma. Get that probability, convert it to the z-score. Get the z-score converted to probability. And then we see that this is more than, so if it's more than, we have to subtract from 1. From 1 minus. Okay. And then for 11, we have 2 different x values. So we find the corresponding z-score for each of those x values. And then we find the corresponding probability that involves with those z-scores. And then we subtract those probabilities. I saw on the previous quiz where students were subtracting the z-scores and then getting the probability from that. So make sure that you get the probability first before you subtract them. Okay, any questions? 9 through 11. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the 9.12B test review. Again, does everybody have this sheet? Okay, so see how much you can do on your own. I have the key attached, but I'll go through each of the answers with you. Make sure you are able to memorize those percentages and probability that lies inside the normal curve, and you guys mostly just demonstrated that ability on the quiz, so you can also be reviewed. That's right. Oh, yeah. I do want to point something out here is that these are all what I wrote down are all percentages, and the probability is moving the decimal over 2 times. So just want to make sure that we understand that that 0.15 is actually a percent. It's actually not the probability. The probability is actually 0.0015, right? This is 0.0235. So I want to make sure that we don't confuse that 0.15% as a probability. We have to move it even further to the left to make it a probability. Right? That percent is out of 100, probability is out of 1. Number 2, identify population and the sample. A survey of 1,300 or 1,300 American households found that 18% of the household owned a computer. Population would be all American households. And sample would just be those surveyed. This is just a portion of the population. same idea, population, all the children sample, which is be the children who are surveyed. Okay, if you're working ahead, that's fine. You can keep track with the key that I've attached to the back of your handout. Average weight of every sixth person, population, all the people entering the mall versus every sixth person that period. And again, the difference between a parameter and a statistic, parameter is the percentage of the entire population, and statistic is the percentage of just that sample. Okay, so for part A, if we were to, if it was data about all the graduates, then it would be a parameter, but this is only a statistic where you're only surveying 10,000 of the entire graduating class. The average salary of all assembly line employees. So this is data from all the employees, not just a portion as a parameter. Okay, part C, you're only doing the average late fee for 360 credit card holders. Right, it's not all the credit card holders, just the ones who are identified or those who are part of that 360. Okay, number 4. For the studies described, identify the population, sample, population parameter, and sample statistic. The USA Today Internet poll, readers responded voluntarily to the question, do you consume at least one caffeinated beverage every day? So let me just go through each of an example of each of those definitions. The population would be all the readers of the magazine or of the newspaper. Sample are just going to be the volunteers who responded to that survey. Population parameter and sample statistic is talking about specific percentage. So population parameter probably not going to get all the readers to respond. So it's kind of like this unknown percentage, right? It's percentage of all the readers who have at least one caffeinated drink among all readers. But the sample statistic is just the percent of the caffeinated drinkers amongst those who responded, right? And depending on how many replies, that may impact how accurate that is. So sample statistic feels more doable, right? You can actually get some idea as to what the actual population parameter is, but the population parameter is likely not going to be found unless every reader responds to the survey. Any questions about the distinction with those four terms? All right, so try part B now that you've seen part A. Okay, astronomers typically determine the distance to galaxy. Galaxy is a huge collection of billions of stars by measuring the distance to just a few stars within it and taking the mean average of these distance measures. So the population will be all the stars in the galaxy, which you're not going to be able to do that reasonably. So sample is just to select the stars chosen for measurement. Population parameter would be the average distance for all the stars on Earth. The sample statistic is what is manageable here. The mean of distance is found in the sample of stars. Okay, so number 5, back to a more standard problem. The length of a certain fish species is normally distributed with a mean of 15 centimeters. The fish in the species 18.8 centimeters with a z-score of 1.9. What is the standard deviation? So this is kind of working backwards here. We know the z-score formula, z equals x minus x bar over sigma. You can fill in all the remaining information, and then you're trying to solve for sigma variable. X bar is 15. The specific X value is 18.8. My z-score is 1.9. So I just put all the pieces that as part of my equation, cross multiply and solve for sigma.
Just for like day 2 test, like what about the box and whisker play and all that stuff? That be on the,
Yeah, that's, yeah, that will be considered day one, but you can just look over your quiz, for that, yeah.
and this is like day 2.
This is more day one as well. Day two would be the, yeah, confidence intervals, yeah, which I think we've gotten enough practice, hopefully we're comfortable with that. But yeah, the confidence intervals won't show up until Thursday.
Well, that'd be questions where we have to like manually find that ourselves.
Yeah, you're not gonna have to find standard deviation or mean absolute deviation by hand. You won't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see if we can try 39 and 40. Yeah, so basically to study for tomorrow, just look over your quiz. It's not going to be anything more than that. And then Thursday is really the confidence interval that we've practiced a whole lot. So 2 pages for the entire test, page 1 tomorrow, page 2 on Thursday. So make sure you memorize all the same things that you did for the quiz, including z-score, including your normal distribution table,
Calculators and the,
calculators allowed. Yeah,
and you give us that sheet of paper.
I'll give you that. Yeah. Yeah, everything that, yeah, basically you're taking the quiz again, just now it's for a test grade. So I'm not able to do help session in the mornings, but if you want me to go over the rest of this worksheet, I'll be available after school today. And then tomorrow after school, I'll go over confidence interval. But also Thursday morning, yeah, because I think morning is gonna be a little bit harder. So but if you just want to come in for a help session this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon, I can be available to answer any questions that you guys have. Okay, you can get your phones. Bell will ring in a few minutes. Work through the rest of this worksheet, look over your quiz to be ready for tomorrow, part 1.